Hi, my name's Matthew Foster. I'm the Customer Business Development Manager, Procter & Gamble Australia. I've been back in Australia for about 12 months after a number of international assignments. And one of the first priorities that I made when I came back into the organisation locally was to focus on building strong and continuing to drive strong local capability. One of the aspects of this drive was to really help our managers understand that we have to build our own personal capability. And it's commitment to building personal capability which often makes the difference between a good manager and a great manager. After putting this challenge to our organisation, I began to reflect and actually challenge myself. It's very easy to become complacent about our own personal development, particularly after having assignments abroad, varied experiences within a company, and honestly, for me, over 20 years in the FMCG industry. As I thought through this, I actually felt that I had to do more. I was an avid reader. I enjoy reading new management literature. I attend some training programs, but to be honest, probably don't have the energy for some of the application. And I wanted to do something a little bit different. That's when Therese from It's Up to You gave me a call, and I went and had a discussion with her. The whole thought of executive coaching, I must admit I was somewhat sceptical. I hadn't really engaged in an executive coaching program before, and perhaps my paradigm was one of, well, we should be able to manage this in-house. I should be able to get this type of experience from reading. But really wanting to push myself, I did make that step, and I went to our first appointment. I must say, that was a turning point in how I thought about my own capability development. The insights that Therese enabled me to discover myself truly made a difference and step change the way I think about the business. I say this because immediately there was an environment of trust. It's often difficult to take risks, talk openly to managers within your own company, particularly your boss. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And Therese creates an environment where, as a third party, you can actually talk through different challenges that you have and different areas of your management performance which you would like to refine, improve, or continue to build. Therese has a technique of actually helping us reflect on our behaviours and the associated output as viewed by other people. What this really does, it makes you become very conscious and aware of the way that you show up, or the way that you're positioned, the way that people perceive you. And it's by working through these behaviours and then the perceptions, you can actually show up a lot better. And you can look at ways to find weaknesses, eliminate them, or actually change some of the perceptions which you may only have in your mind. Working with Up to You and Therese was really kind of like a journey of self-discovery. I said I was sceptical, and I was, but over the 14-week period, it was really a transformational experience. Some of the output from our sessions was really a deep reflection on the behaviours that I was exhibiting, my thoughts and feelings, my background conversations, and then how they were being related and translated to those people who are working around me and the way that I communicate. These sessions enabled me to have be much more aware and conscious of my thinking and my response to different situations within the workplace. What this enabled me to do was become much more in control of the signals, the message tracks that I was putting out into the organisation and to my colleagues. Therese also showed me the benefit of stepping back, withdrawing from the cut and thrust of the day-to-day work which consumes us all, and really becoming more strategic, outwardly focused, and able to look at the bigger picture and then bring it back to our day-to-day work. I must admit, over the first number of sessions, I thought this was going to be a significant amount of incremental work. And to be very frank, it is, and you do need to work hard at it. But it's work that's important, and it's all about building your own personal capability. It's reflection time. It's thinking through a sequence of events around how you are transmitting and communicating. And I found that very, very valuable. Often we don't have enough time for the reflection on our own performance and how we show up to our management and to other key stakeholders. After the work with Therese, I would certainly recommend it to any senior manager who wants to gain additional insight into how their behaviours are impacting their key stakeholders and their organisation. I would certainly recommend it for people who want to fine-tune some of their capabilities and who want to kind of move on down a path of discovering some areas where they can really enhance so that they have a much better quality of life and actually a better quality of result in their work performance. I'm certainly going to continue the relationship that I have with Therese, and I am bringing her back into our organisation and getting her executive coaching program established as part of our capability efforts for our top development managers. I would have enjoyed to have this experience somewhat earlier in my career. I think it would have made a difference, but I'm actually very happy that I've had it now. And for me, there's no going back, and I do appreciate the energy that Therese has brought and the benefits that's having on my work and more broadly in my life. One of the motivating factors of why I took the step forward to work with Therese was that I was at a point in my career where I wanted to lift. I had tremendous experiences through my work, but in challenging my own local organisation, I wanted to also challenge myself. I wanted to see what was possible. I think in summary for me, the work with Therese has enabled me to gain much more control of my work, my environment, through really understanding my behaviours and the impact my behaviours have on my key stakeholders, my management, my direct reports and my broad organisation. And it's brought to me a real balance to my work, which actually has helped me in my personal life, because I've had more time to actually enjoy with my family. I've had less stress because I'm much more in control of what we're doing, and we are delivering results.